Welcome to another episode of the Swine and Cheesy Hour with your host, the Todd Father, also known as the Toddy Boy. He goes by many names and many personalities. Please enter the conversation if you want to share. And now, let me introduce you to... So I'm pretty sure I'm on, but I got about 8,000 videos going. So give me a little thumbs up if you're there, if you hear me. Let me see what I got going on here. Hang on a second. There we go. That's why I had a little YouTube thing going. So to give me a thumbs up. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? No or down? No or down? Okay, we hear it. So thanks for joining. We are going to talk a little bit about what's going on. I'm calling this episode Tissues. Means it's a combination of today's issues. So we're going to discuss tissues. So we know what's going on is we have the passing of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and so many people. I'm going to bring some guests on while they wait so they can listen to me while they're live. And we have someone from Jersey. He's finally here. Mr. Whiteson, are you ready to come on? From New Jersey. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up.
Hey, I'm from Jersey. Are you from Jersey?
Well, I'm always going to do that when Steve comes on. That's
Of course. That's what I'm known.
Mr. Whiteson.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How you got we got one attorney here, so to discuss his thoughts on the whole thing. We're going to bring on a couple other guests. We're going to bring on Mr. Rick Tugman from Florida.
Hello.
Hello, Rick.
Hello.
Hi.
Roland.
Roland.
And, hello, boys. So
Hey guys, how are you?
good. Glad to have you join. Glad to have you join this. We are live on YouTube and we're live on Facebook. And let's see, we got some. Oh, there we go. We got some comments going on. And let's get some stuff going on. I hope I have the right banner there. Okay, so that's the banner for today. And we know about what's going on. We have the open Supreme Court seat. And there's a lot of debate on what's going on whether President Trump and the Republican Senate should put a nominee forward. And we know he's going to. It's already been announced on Friday. It's a matter of who it's going to be. And Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the female Supreme Court justice who died. And you guys know there's been a lot of uproar and a lot of like, she's such a great woman. And yes, she was a great justice. The second nominee, the second woman on the Supreme Court, if I believe. And could any of you guys name the first woman on the Supreme Court?
Sandra Day O'Connor.
Sandra Day O'Connor. There you go.
Sandra Day O'Connor, that's right.
Remember
Right.
that.
So
Now I remember.
now
that.
here's the funny thing. All these people are coming up going, oh, she is so great. And she had, before I say anything, but how many people who are going, she's so great and she's this and she's that. How many people can name anything she's done? You know, and I'm not saying she hasn't. I'm just saying people are very jumping on the bandwagon without any knowledge of what's going on. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of people
Ask
don't.
a woman. Ask a woman, Todd. Just ask any woman.
Get your wife in here. Let's ask her.
Well,
I get Paulina in here, and she'll say, "I heard she makes a good matzo ball soup."
She might.
Right? And I mean, she did a lot. She was very big on the equal rights, and she was compared to equal rights for women and men compared to Thurgood Marshall when it was racial equality.
Also,
yeah.
missed is the fact that if it were not for the decisions that she helped promote, the whole basis of women's equality.
Balance of power.
Plug yourself in, Rick.
I'm
Plug
plugged
yourself
in.
in.
I'm plugged in. I just got to put it on silent. It's a phony phone call.
All righty, Steve.
The concepts that were the constitutional concepts that helped bring across equal rights for women were used as the basis for the decisions that brought equal rights to gay people. If it were not for her,
To a lot of people.
but I mean, there's certain. Well, there are certain premises that are used in constitutional law, without getting too technical, that were developed by her back in the 70s, that helped bring across along the rules that are now, at about 4 or 5 years ago, allowed gays to have equal rights. So there would be plenty of people without various rights without her.
Right, which is great. I just wonder, because she was general counsel for the Women's Rights Project and the ACLU, Liberties Union, the American Civil Liberties Union. So she was a strong advocate for equality. My point then, I'm glad you brought that up, and without getting into specifics, because there's probably so much she's done, people probably, I would say most people don't know. Like, they can't name anything besides, oh, she's a woman justice, and she died and she was a justice, and people just want to support that, which is great, but they have no knowledge of what's going on. I wish people, I mean, really, like any of us, Steve probably knows way more than I do. You guys, Roland and Rick, I'd like to know if you even know how many Supreme Court judges there are. No.
Oh boy.
Well, Roland's from Canada, so yeah, Justin Trudeau pretty much does whatever he wants without any judging going on, right? Like when Justin Trudeau runs on his ballot, doesn't even say what party he's on. It says the cute one. So the girls vote for him.
Todd, all I can say is that when I say nothing about stuff like that, I'm saying a lot. I hope you know. Okay. That sometimes don't show a fool an unfinished project. You know what I'm saying?
I'll finish it for you. Let this fool finish it for you.
That's right.
Let Todd, you're an idiot, finish it for you.
Yeah.
So she was.
How many justices?
There's 9.
9.
Yeah, with 1 Chief Justice.
Soon,
one Chief
soon
Justice.
to be, Todd, if they're not careful, there's 9 Chief Justice, there's 9 Supreme Court. Soon to be 13 if they're not careful.
I don't know, Steve. How would you know that? I can't believe that's an easy process to just go. We're adding 4 more.
It's very interesting, because if you look at the Constitution, there's no place in the Constitution that says how many people have to be on the Supreme Court, and it's not even any rule about the structure of the Supreme Court. I mean, they could have, as they have in lower federal courts, they have like on bank, which is a bench full of people. They pick like 3 people and they pick them out of a hat. These 3 people will discuss this case. So it's possible they could add 10, 15 people in the next go around, and it could happen.
I gotta look that one up to see the actual process, though. There's got to be a process.
It's going to be known as the new nuclear option. That's what it's going to be.
You'd have
There's
to
no
pass
process, Todd. They
Congress.
They don't have to replace her. They could live at 8 forever if they wanted to.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure, but I just don't know how they go.
But if they can live at 8, they can go to 13. You know what I'm saying? As Steve says, there's no limits. You're saying
they could just keep nominating people and
they
going through the process.
It just comes down to who's controlling the Senate. That's it.
Right. Steve, what was that?
They'd have to change the rule as to how many people are on the court, but they'd have to amend the current rule of how many people are on the court to make.
That's what I'm saying. It can't be just a snap of the fingers.
It's not a snap in the finger. But the idea is what they're pushing right now is if the Democrats were to happen to win not only the House and the Senate and the presidency, they could just pass amend the current law that says 9 and make it 12, 13, whatever the heck they want to do.
Right, and if there's a Democratic president, he could approve it. If it's a Republican,
that's
right.
My thing is, it should be fair.
Right,
they should be allowed to make it all Republican judges and things like that.
And we'll get to that. And then, so she was confirmed by a bipartisan majority, 96-3, compared to Neil Gorsuch, who was 54-45, and a close confirmation. Brett Kavanaugh was confirmed only 50-48. It would have been 50-49, but Alyssa Milano doesn't get a vote. So put in, I'm telling you, there's a real piece of work there. Here she is posing in the Supreme Court. Who does this?
Why is she there?
She was because she was a big, believe in the woman, which was fine to do, but she doesn't believe the accuser of Joe that accused Joe Biden. That one she doesn't believe. So there's a lot of hypocrisy there. And I'd like to know this one. What is going on with the whole look there? Is she on the red carpet? This is in the Supreme Court. She's getting interviewed like she's someone important. And she's got a whole, like she's on the red carpet or something. She really needs to go away. She needs to go away. She's, that's I loved her in Who's the Boss, but
the Marlins games years ago, she was dating some pitcher.
Yeah.
Yes, she was a catcher.
Yeah, she's a catcher then. So, I didn't realize because I started doing some research. So the Supreme Court hears about 80 cases a year selected from 10,000 petitioned to the courts. I can't even imagine. All right, Steve's an attorney and the work that he does. Steve, how much work is there for Supreme Court justices? Does she even have time to make soup? Like, there is no time. I can't imagine the time put in as a Supreme Court justice.
A lot of work are done by their clerks. A lot of work are done by the clerks. They work hard. If they, it's like anything else. You can make of it as you wish. I mean, if there are some, she happened to be known to be working well into the night all the time, but some of them don't work as hard. It's the way it is.
I have a feling Clarence Thomas doesn't work that hard.
That's what they say.
That would be he's drinking soda cans. So that's I don't think he's so okay, so we're gonna play a little Who's the Hypocrite, because there's a whole thing now about whether Trump or the Republicans have the right to nominate. So let's go around the horn. Rick, what do you think? What's your opinion on this?
Like I said, I'd like to see it fair, but I don't think it's good. I don't think it would ever be fair. Really don't.
Yeah, you know what? Now I'm reading about this. So when Antonin Scalia died, Justice, who was he replaced by? He was replaced by Neil Gorsuch a year later. But Judge, you remember this? Scalia was found dead in his bed on a hunting trip. Right. So I did a little research.
Dick Cheney shot him.
Probably. The hunting trip was on a ranch owned by John Poindexter, former national security advisor under the Reagan administration. And he was a naval officer. So someone explained to me how a naval officer has a big enough ranch to have cabins for hunting on a property. I mean, doesn't that sound a little fishy? Sounds a little fishy. And to go further, the hunting trip, it's interesting when you read this, the hunting trip organized by a secretive Austrian society called the International Order of St. Hubertus, the hunters hold titles like Grand Master, Knight Grand Officer, wear dark robes with a law. I mean, this is a group. This is not a normal hunting trip. So, they got rid of a conservative and was hoping to maybe replace him, and they just didn't get to. So
they got rid of him? Are you suggesting he was taken out to be replaced by another Republican? Come on.
No, replaced by a Democrat. No.
Gorsuch?
This was Gorsuch. But Gorsuch was a Republican, but it happened. When did it happen? Maybe it happened in the Republican. It happened under Trump, right?
No, it happened under
under Obama.
Yes. Obama. Scalia died during Obama, but they refused to take Merrick Garland, who Obama had nominated. So they waited till Trump came along, and Trump then
almost a year.
But do you think that get rid of them? Little conspiracy stuff. Get rid of them, and they didn't know that they were going to hold them up. Or did you think they? I mean, they got to knew that they weren't going to vote on it if they didn't have the Senate control. I'm sure they knew. What do you think about Obama coming out and saying we should wait for the next president? What do you think about that? To nominate. What do you think about that?
Well, of course, it's absolutely appropriate. Absolutely appropriate.
I mean, the idea is last time. How I have in my own life, I have a similar analogy. It's like when years ago, I worked as many of all of us work in a company that has bonuses, and believe it or not, the company basically forgot. I had worked for a certain number of hours. I was owed a bonus, but they forgot to appoint me that bonus for that year, and it was a lot of money. So I said, "Well, it's okay. You'll get one next year." And they really said that to me. And not only that, but the amount of money that you got as a bonus was added to your salary, and your salary for the next year was based upon the bonus. So I lost a hell of a lot of money.
Oh, right.
So same idea here. We said, we're not going to give you your pick. We're not going to give you Merrick Garland. So they lost a Supreme Court pick.
Right.
Okay, fine. But then when the exact same thing comes along, and they had said already that they would not follow that course, and that they wouldn't, if they had another person who was who had passed on or left.
Right, but the difference is the American public chose a Republican Senate and a Republican president. So this is a little bit of a different situation. There is somewhat of a mandate in a sense,
but
because
it's never happened before. This has never happened before.
No, it hasn't happened. But being that it has happened, they're taking it upon themselves to do it. So let's go. Now that we're going to say hypocrite or not, Obama back then now says we should wait. Let's see what he said back then.
The Constitution,
I hope you could hear it,
is pretty clear about what is supposed to happen when there is a vacancy on the Supreme Court. The President of the United States is to nominate someone. The Senate is to consider that nomination, and either they disapprove of that nominee or that nominee is elevated to the Supreme Court.
So what do you think? Were you able to hear it?
No, we heard it.
Okay,
but they didn't do it. They didn't do it last time. So they took away a possible Democratic chosen Supreme Court justice.
Right, because they controlled the Congress selected by the American
control of the Congress. They
controlled the Senate.
But you listen to what Obama said. He said, if you have a vacancy, the president appoints and the Senate listens to it and takes it up, and it's debated.
I get it. But he said back then that's what should be done. Forget what we're talking about. We'll get to the Senate after. But now he says they shouldn't do it. So Obama, let's go around the horn rolling. Hypocrite or not?
Not.
Okay, we'll take that as a no vote.
That's right.
That's a non-vote. Rick, hypocrite or not?
I don't think so, no.
You don't think so? You think not? His changing his tune now is not hypocritical. To say now the president should wait when he said before it's his a president's duty to nominate, even in the fourth year. And now he says they should wait. Hypocrite or not?
They're all hypocrites. Put it that way.
Right. I'll go with you on that one. Steve, hypocrite or not?
He's not a hypocrite because he's not just saying, I'm changing my mind. He's saying they should not appoint it because they didn't do it last time.
Okay. We're taking out all the tangential things.
You can't take that out.
I'm taking it out. It's my show. I'm taking it out.
You can't take it out.
I'm taking it out.
That's not the point. It's like saying
45.
Wait.
NBA,
We will get to the other. Just like I understand, it's like if someone, Kamala Harris's defense is, did you shoot the guy? And he goes, yes, but he attacked me. No. Did you shoot the guy? Yes or no? So all we're going on right now is that first part, because yes, I did shoot the guy. Now let's look at the extenuating circumstances.
Right.
Okay. So, but right now, just based on the statements, I say hypocrite.
You know what, Todd? Think about this. Think about what happened.
That's how big
afterwards.
my vote is.
Yeah. Think about what happened afterwards. Is that he wanted Merrick Garland to be considered. The Senate wouldn't even consider a hearing, meaning the Senate took it out of the hands of the president, not the president. Trump could say, "Listen, I'll put Toddy Boy up for Supreme Court. It's up to the Senate to decide whether they even want to hear that." The point is, and trust me,
they'll be going, we have a decision to make. Where is the Toddy Boy? Well,
that's right. Where's the
he's
Toddy
doing
Boy?
a podcast somewhere.
But the point is that former President Obama saw what happened, realized that the Senate wasn't even going to give Merrick Garland his due process by even having a hearing to even consider it. This time, and the Republicans said, it's too close to the election. We want the American people to decide by a vote. Now the Republicans are the hypocrites by saying, we can see that we are going to let this happen because the president has a right to do that. It's up to the Senate to decide whether it's appropriate for the timing. So really, Trump or Obama, doesn't matter whether you think they're a hypocrite. It's not their choice. They can put somebody forward. But beyond that, which is what Trump is going to do, the Senate, which has always been arguing dealing with an agreed-to set of principles on both sides to allow the Senate to actually work properly. So the Senate, the Republican-controlled Senate, is now changing the line, moving the first down line wherever it suits them. So you want to talk hypocrite, that's where that word should be used, not with the ironically.
We're going to go through different people.
Okay, so that's why we said Trump or an Obama. That's why we said Obama is not a hypocrite, because it's not really up to the president. Ironically, it's up to the Senate.
Well, it's up to the president to nominate.
Well, he can nominate, as I said, Toddy Boy or Buttons the cat.
Right.
It doesn't really matter. The Senate will determine whether there's going to be a hearing or not. Last time, a year out was too soon. This time, 45 days or less than 45 days is plenty of time. So let's talk hypocrite where it's really appropriate.
Right. Well, this is how I think Obama feels.
You don't understand. I could have had class. I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody instead of a bum, which is what I am. Let's face it.
Yep, that's how Obama feels.
So why is it when I hear that, I think nothing but Trump? I don't think Obama. I think Trump saying those words in about 73 days.
No.
I don't know.
Well,
yes.
I want to say, I do want to say, I hope I didn't, September 29th, there's going to be the debates, and I hope you join me as we live stream and analyze the debates between President. What was that?
The little characters in the movie theater. What was the name of that movie that they were always critiquing movies? Is that what you want to do? Critique the debate?
Well, as you know, if you join me, the copyright infringement person, as you know, I've done so many. I got banned on YouTube for 3 months because well, it's happened the other day. Yeah, I got streamed. I streamed the NBA game, and I got copyright infringement.
Oh,
It was
really?
great
You did that?
analysis.
Wow.
Yeah, we had a great. We had screen shared. We had a great analysis, and about the end of the fourth quarter, I had the most viewers I ever had. I had YouTube. It was wonderful, but so I had to start a new account. So we're gonna tonight. We are going to do the game. 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 o'clock Eastern. We are going to analyze, but we're not going to screen share. If anyone want to watch and come on and analyze the game, that's fine. So Albert says the president is elected.
I will do that, Todd, as long as you promise not to start commenting on what Kamala Harris is or is not wearing and whether you think red's a nice color.
That's it.
At the game?
No. About the debate. The debate, yes, the debates.
Oh, I don't think she would even be there.
No, but you never know.
But the following Tuesday is the vice presidential debate, and we'll do
that's
that one.
The vice president. Okay. Yeah, exactly.
That's the next one. So that's going to be interesting to see how that comes out. And
you know what? I just want to tell you guys this was very interesting because I had to drive from West Virginia to Baton Rouge, Louisiana over the last 2 days for my next college game. And what I found amazing was on small towns that you and I have never heard of before along that path from West Virginia down to Baton Rouge.
Right.
Large American flags at half staff the entire way.
Wow.
And it was because of mourning and respecting Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I actually stopped in at 2 car dealerships that had the flags at half staff just to ask why. I'd seen it all day on Sunday, and then I stopped yesterday a couple of places. And I stopped in a place called Meridian, Mississippi. Never heard of it before. And I asked them why the flag was at half staff. They said, out of respect for Ruth Bader Ginsburg. You know what?
Well, you people in Canada are not really geographically educated.
Well, you've heard of that?
No. But I thought that heading into the American heartland. I mean, I went through seven states in the last 2 days driving.
So
and
how many Biden
in the deep
and
south?
Trump flags?
How many what?
How many Biden and how many Trump flags did you say?
You know what? Virtually none. Virtually none of either.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
If you consider 100 Trump and 0 Biden, virtually none of either, then
none.
I want to know something.
None. Not one sign.
I want to know something more important. Let's
no
get
Trump or Biden sign.
Really?
Roland, let's get something important. You were in the Deep South, right?
Right.
How many rib places did you
stop
at? How many rib places did you stop at?
None.
Then you were in the Deep South and you didn't get one barbecue meal.
No barbecue? You crazy?
Didn't need to.
Yeah, well,
didn't need to. I mean, I was driving. I had 14 hours of driving, for Christ's sake. It's a land. It's but what I'm trying to tell you, Todd, is
you stopped at all vegan places. That's why I didn't see Trump.
No. You know what the deal is, Todd? Is that in the heartland of America, I saw virtually no signs, no outward sign that there was a presidential election going on, and I saw incredible signs of honor and mourning of the loss of a great Supreme Court justice. That tells me the country isn't as far apart as people would like to think it is. They can come together in certain areas, especially in the South. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a very interesting. We got Lou joining us, so
can you hear me?
Yeah, we got.
I just got to remind you.
Hey, Lou.
All right, it's just in a Zoom conversation. Everybody doesn't have to say hello. Keep going.
I need to remind you, fellas. Meridian, Mississippi is the county seat of Philadelphia, Mississippi.
Really, it is.
Yeah, there you go. I did not know that.
How confused are they? They don't even know what state they're in. Philadelphia, Mississippi. They don't know if they're in Mississippi or Pennsylvania.
Todd, wait. Lou, continue.
What I'm saying is I'm going to mention 3 names. Schwerner,
Roland, when did you become the host?
And Goodman. Do those names ring a bell?
Who?
One more time, Lou.
Schwerner,
John Goodman?
Cheney, and Goodman.
Yeah, Cheney. No, okay, no.
They were the 3
That's in John Goodman, Roseanne?
No.
No,
What is with Dick Cheney and George Soros? These are two guys that never die. How do these two guys go on and on and on? I don't understand. Yeah, go ahead.
Those are the three freedom riders that were murdered back in the 60s on voter registration.
I did not know that.
Meridian, Mississippi is the county seat for where that happened.
Mississippi burning.
Exactly. If you saw all that stuff, the times they are changing.
Wow. I did not know that. Wow, that's great news, Lou. That's great. That's a great stat.
What is?
We have a historian here.
Well, that's why I graduated with a history degree.
Did you?
So did I,
yes.
But I didn't know it.
And on commencement day, when they announced would the history graduates stand up, 3 of us out of the class stood up.
Wow.
Nobody got a history.
What the fourth guy do?
Engineering.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why.
Carry on, Todd. It's your show.
Yeah, that's right. Oh boy. Look who we got.
Hi guys.
Hey,
Paulina.
Watch out. Watch out.
Hey, where's mine, Paulina?
Here's here.
Tell Paulina I want to bond men.
Here, talk to her.
Hi.
Hi, darling.
Where's my drink?
Hello.
Where's
Come
my
over.
drink?
Take that
Come
off the
and then you
computer.
get all this.
I'm hopping on a
Hey,
right now.
You can talk to them a second. Talk to them.
No, it's
I got to drink this. Talk to them in 1 second. Put it back on.
What are you making for hubby tonight for dinner?
Soup. I make
Soup?
some soup bones.
A little pho?
Talk to them.
Yeah.
Lean in.
Want to come over and have
babe,
fun?
I got it. It's 1,500
Bit of a
miles.
drive.
Any of those gorgeous lobsters left over?
Yeah, those lobsters look good.
No, he ate it
Yeah,
all.
those lobsters
The
look great.
lobster.
Oh my God.
Tell them about it. Where'd we get it and how much it was? And
It's really fresh and it's really cheap, and so it's really good.
Did you have to
got
kill
it
them
from,
yourself?
Are they talking to you?
Did you? Oh, you
She got it from the market. They were
God.
like $10 each, right?
Can you show that to Todd? The next time Todd displeases you, give him that sign. You know, the how I kill lobster sign. See what he does.
Yeah. Hold on.
And thank you for joining us. And the show's over.
There we go.
Anyways, I am absolutely surprised that you saw signs like that driving through that part of Mississippi.
Yeah.
I am
No,
absolutely amazed.
I didn't see signs. What I saw were American flags at a half mast.
Half mast.
That be it too.
Flag.
I find that fascinating.
Yeah, me too.
I found them in Tennessee. I found them in West Virginia. I found them in Tennessee. Did I say Tennessee? Kentucky. I saw them in Alabama, and I saw them in Mississippi and Louisiana. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's
Private residences or
No, these were businesses.
You mean the flag?
Businesses.
Yeah, it's
The
nice
flag, yeah.
that they do that. That's nice that they did that.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
every woman in the United States should appreciate her.
Exactly.
See, Lou,
That's
okay,
that's
Lou,
my
you
point.
missed the beginning of the show where let me get everybody back on. You missed the beginning of the show where we were talking about how there's a very good possibility that a lot of people don't actually know, except for her being a female on the Supreme Court, don't actually know things she's accomplished.
Five cases she pleaded in front of the Supreme Court on the side of women.
No, except for her being a female on the Supreme Court, don't actually know things she's accomplished.
Where'd you do the audio?
What was that?
Who's that?
That was me.
that was him.
That was you earlier. Sean Gerchikoff posted asking if that was an illegal Cuban you were
Yeah,
smoking.
and that's what I showed. Did you see me show it?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I showed it. But do you know the 5 cases that she done, Lou? Or
Off the top of my head, no. But
okay,
I can
so
look it up.
Most famous was the Frontiero case.
Yeah.
That was
Yes.
a military case.
Was that the one that yeah, which is the case where she argued about women no longer having to accept that their husband would just have their way with them. And it was like rape. It was like deemed as rape as opposed to
that wasn't that case. That wasn't that.
but she did have that case.
Roland, what if you're not the husband? Can you have your way with them?
No.
No, she had the case where I think it was VMI, with
VMI.
Which I want to say something.
Well, she ruled on the case with VMI.
I disagree with that decision. I disagree with that decision. I'm all for equality, and there are plenty of schools to go to. And, you know,
military schools.
Well, what other is that? Was that
point of it?
VMI is private,
but it was a private school, and you know they should be in a private school. If it's a men's school, I see nothing wrong with having a men's school. I just don't see anything wrong with it. You know, I understand if you want it. What's a women's school? Vassar, is that a women's school?
Yeah,
not any longer.
Yeah.
No, is that a co-ed now?
Hasn't been a women's school in about 20, 30 years.
And it's probably because of that same case.
No. I think, quite frankly, Vassar wanted more. They needed more money, so they wanted to have men. There are a number of women's schools. Wellesley is a women's school. Smith is a women's school. Bryn Mawr is a women's school.
Simmons.
Right, but so then they should be able to open up and allow men.
They do now.
So there's absolutely zero schools in the country that are exclusively one gender or another. That's what you're saying.
No, those schools I mentioned are only one gender.
Okay, but then
they do have, for example, they have exchanges from certain schools. So a man could go to X school if he have an exchange. It's not like they can't go for a semester or something, but they can't be admitted to those schools.
Which, you know, again, it's either fair or it's not. If someone wants to go there, I don't know why they would. There's a million other schools to go to.
I think the issue with VMI was the military aspect because a woman can't go to some other military school.
Is West Point open now or no?
Oh, of course. West Point Naval.
But that had to be after this decision.
They all are. Yes.
Yeah.
Navy, Air Force.
Yeah. That was the issue.
So, all right. I get it. They wanted to be in the Army, which is good. You know, the more people in the Army. So, okay. So we have 4-1. 3-1. Lou didn't vote on that one. Obama, not a hypocrite. I think based on the statement alone, without extenuating circumstances, he's a hypocrite.
Disagree.
So, what?
I disagree.
You think
the Supreme, you can write the dissenting view if you like, but right now it's 3-1, and we should move on.
Move on.
Okay, so then
conversation.
That's right. Feel free to write the dissenting opinion there, Todd, if you want.
Okay. Let's go. Let's do Alyssa Milano, right? Alyssa Milano, who was, you know, big on the Believe Women, right? The whole Me Too. But when it came to the Tara girl accusing Biden, she refused to believe her. Now, Alyssa Milano.
Is that a problem with that, Todd?
I'm just saying, hypocrite or not.
No, is that suggesting that just because a woman says it, every other woman on the place of the planet has to agree with her?
No, but why believe one person and not another?
It's called believability. Maybe
she was called out by that other movie star girl. She wasn't a movie star, but she was called out by the other one as that other girl as a total hypocrite. That she believes one, but just because she wants Biden, she won't believe that woman. So, you know, that's a hypocrite. So.
How about something you all can appreciate? Who wrote the dissent on Bush versus Gore?
Ginsburg.
She did.
Ginsburg did.
Yeah.
She wrote the dissent on stopping the count in Florida.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. So, nothing in the Constitution, this is Ruth Bader Ginsburg 216, prevents a president from nominating to fill a court seat. That's their job. There's nothing in the Constitution that says the president stops being president in his last year. Okay, so
correct.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg, hypocrite or not? Now that she's
agreeing with you, the point is that the situation was this changed by the people who were the Republican Senate back then in 2015, and they also committed, if this were to happen in the future, they would do this. They would do the same thing.
Right.
And they're not.
The president can do what you said. It's step 2 and step 3 that
let's do. I want to get a general consensus on this one. All right. I'm going to go around the horn. As a group, would you say, I'm going to ask around the horn, as a group, would you say politicians, as a group, hypocrite or not? Rick, you're the first one.
He's not
He
there.
disappeared.
I know that. I see that. Okay, Steve, as a group,
yes.
Politicians, hypocrite or not?
Yes, they lie. Yes.
Yes, right. Roland, as a group.
Lie.
Lou.
Yes, they lie.
Hypocrites lie.
So, as a basis, we realize politicians, they're bad people. They are bad people. You know,
because they put power before people, party before people.
That's correct.
Money before people.
A lot of rich politicians.
Yep. Term limits is the solution, but they will never do it.
Yeah.
Right. And I think I've done this before with term limits. How many, Lou, if you're producing a team, would you ever vote to say, I'm only allowed to produce them for 6 years and then I'm done? Would you ever vote for that?
People would vote for that because you're like, I'm being sane. And then once you get in, you change the rules.
It's a different scenario. It's a different.
Isn't it amazing though? But isn't it amazing though that I don't even think they've ever taken a roll call on something like that? Why would you? That's never even been brought to vote.
Well, it
term
requires
limit.
constitutional amendments.
McCain tried. Yeah. McCain tried.
You have to have how many states do you need to ratify it before they do it? That's the problem.
2/3? Is it 2/3?
I believe it's
2/3 of the majority
of the states have to ratify it before it can be even accomplished.
Right.
Right. Well, and what does that say? People don't want to. These people have been in Congress over 30 years. Some of these people.
Rick, just say they didn't lie.
Sorry,
just say hypocrite and we'll move on, Rick. Just say hypocrite
we were asking your empty chair, which we finally got a good answer from your screen. Finally.
Yeah, finally. What my chair said.
Yeah.
Hypocrites.
A general statement on all politicians being hypocrites.
Oh, okay.
That's what.
You want to ask this? I should have left him in charge.
Lindsey Graham. He said he was behind the Republican boycott. Someone's got a mic. Camera one, your mic is open. There we go. Thank you. No. Someone's listening. Not on headsets.
Do you hear Roland twice?
Yes.
We hear everybody twice. Steve.
Yeah.
This is TV people who technically go out to millions of people a night on a show, and they can't figure out how to turn their headphones or mics on and off. That's what we do.
I am going to give you a news flash.
What?
I'm checking this out as we speak.
Yeah.
I'm being told the NBA will be bubbling in 4 cities for the regular season.
Next year.
Well, they better be bubbling without an echo, or they're not going to have any viewers.
I'm just telling you what I'm hearing.
Hmm.
Pretty reliable source.
What are the cities? Oh my God, this is killing me. Who is everybody hearing twice?
Yes.
Okay.
And I have it wasn't me.
Okay, let me say this. Does anyone have a screen open with Facebook on?
I do. Maybe
that could be the.
Sorry about that. I'm not a
non-
TV guy.
It's the non-TV guy.
Yeah, somebody
I'm just
not
in
with
front
us.
of my computer.
Oh, are you? Oh, you know what? Are you researching something? Maybe it opened up. Could you turn that screen off?
I just did it now.
Guess
I
what?
turned it off now.
What? Guilty.
That's perfect. It's working. It's working.
You're guilty. The
No,
Supreme
it's not.
Court finds you guilty.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah.
Oh, we still
Todd,
have
I'm
it?
going to sign off and sign back on again.
Hello?
Wasn't rolling.
Wasn't rolling. Is it Lou?
Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Let me see something. I'm going to mute everybody.
There
Hello?
you go. Yeah, now it's fine.
Whoop.
Hello?
Hello? Rick, can we hear you?
Now you hear me now. Do you hear me?
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so okay. It's Mr. Whiteson.
You just
Sorry about that.
So what do you got going on over there? Screen-wise.
Guilty.
I turned it off.
We still
It's
have
gone.
it.
You still have it?
Yeah.
All right, I'll turn everything off
Turn
now.
everything off.
We're still having a feedback. Echo.
Wait a second.
Todd is
I am
clear.
going to
How you doing, Lou?
I'm good. You were in my old stomping grounds a week or so back.
Yeah, so I heard.
Oh,
Yeah.
Roland's back.
It's gone away.
Roland's
It's gone
back.
away. It's gone away. Hey, Todd.
Roland's
go.
back.
Hey, I
There
don't.
we go.
So Steve's
No, it
gone,
wasn't-
but I think it was Steve that was causing it.
It was Steve. So he
Yeah,
can come
it was
back
Steve.
on. I hope he comes back on. So Lou, all right. Well, we'll get to sports in a little while because we're interested in all that.
This is it.
So, and we want to get Steve's. So, let's see. Lindsey Graham, hypocrite or not? I mean, he's the one that stood in the way. I'll say hypocrite.
Agreed.
But I'll say hypocrite, but he's doing what he's got to do. And I personally am glad. I would much rather have a conservative Supreme Court than to see what's been
God
going on in
forbid.
this country. Oh, I'm so happy.
God forbid.
Hey, so any politician that you mention from here on in, it seems that we've all agreed they're all hypocrites. The question
all
doesn't need to
hypocrites.
be answered anymore. Yeah, they all are hypocrites.
Right.
Exactly.
So I don't know. I hope some people show up at these Trump rallies. Anyway, here is something I don't know if you're aware of it, right? And just a little aside, I hope Steve comes back on. Here is a Florida law that you can't really see it. So Florida, the
Paraphrase.
governor. Can you read that?
Yeah, paraphrase it for us.
Steve says he's backstage, so yeah.
Oh, he is. Here we go.
Yep.
Oh, there we go.
So let him in.
There
We're
he is.
taking a. There we go. We're taking a little aside here, and showing the law that the Florida governor, and if you can't read it, I will get into it. He just passed a law that criminal offenses to combat rioting, looting, and violence. I think this is perfect. Third-degree felony when 7 or more persons are involved in an assembly and cause damage to property or injury to other persons. That's great. Prohibition on obstructing. There's no more standing in front of cars. You know what? If you stand in front of a car, if you're in front of my car, I'm going. Third-degree felony to obstruct traffic during an unpermitted protest, demonstration, or violent, disorderly assembly. And here's a
Driver's not liable. Here's the key right here. Driver is not liable for injury or death.
Right.
Run the bastard over.
Yeah. If you're in the way, you're threatening. You're threatening. And I like this one. I like this one. Striking a law enforcement officer, including with a projectile during a violent or disorderly assembly, 6 months mandatory minimum jail sentence. And there's no more if you see it bottom 3D, no bond or bail until first appearance in court if charged with a crime related to participating in violent or violent. That's great because you know how California and Oregon, they're all letting all this stuff
fester.
And it's terrible. They're letting them out of jail. I just think that's terrible. So
let's just run them over. Much better alternative to that.
What would you rather do if someone is beating on your car?
Come on, that's just ridiculous.
I don't.
That's
think so.
ridiculous. It is.
Get out of my way. Okay, let's go around.
Running people over on purpose
Steve,
because
not on purpose.
They're in your way.
On purpose. All right, Steve, your feeling on that one?
If someone over.
All right, if you're being surrounded and they're beating on your car, breaking a car window, and they're blocking you.
It's like anything else. If the general rules of law, which are common sense, if you feel threatened, you're allowed to take action. Like if someone's threatening you with bodily harm,
right?
You're afraid for your life, you're allowed to do something. In this case, if someone is threatening you and banging on and possibly could have hurt you seriously, you could be able to move your car. But
absolutely.
If they're just in front of your car, just standing there saying, "We don't like you. We don't like Trump. We don't like Biden." You don't have a right to run them down in that case.
No, you don't have to run them down. You could go slow, and if they refuse to get out of your way, that's their problem.
Then you can run. Then you can run them down.
You don't have to go fast. But then
Todd, or you could go the other way. You could back up and go the other way.
No, you're surrounded.
But if you're surrounded, as Steve says, you should be allowed to use proportional retaliation to prevent yourself. That doesn't mean you can drop a nuclear bomb because they won't let you go anywhere.
Well, I don't everybody. About after I eat and what happens in the car. You
are all forgetting one thing. Let's go back to Charlotte.
Listen to Lou.
That's an example of exactly what you're talking about.
No, that person that person just rammed through a crowd.
He was not happy with the protests that were taking place.
Okay, let's say you're driving home. Do you know that in Orlando? I don't know if you're aware of it. In Orlando, I left 2 nights later. They protested. And they blocked one of the buses back to the hotel. Had a police. You're aware of that. I think Paul Smith put it on Twitter and video of it.
What are you saying? We lost audio.
Your audio's falling out.
Mine?
You're dropping out. Yes, yours.
Yeah, you were dropping out. Now you're back.
Okay. In Orlando, about 2 days after I left, there was a protest at Disney World, and they blocked the bus going back to the hotel. They called the police. What was that?
I saw the story.
Right. Did you see the video?
No.
There was a video of it. And that's, the cops fortunately came and got rid of them. The bus didn't go forward. So, Lou, let's say you're driving home and about 20 people surround your car and are in front of you. And they're threatening and shouting. And your wife's in the car with you and your grandkids are in the car with you. And that your grandkids are screaming, scared out of their mind. Are you going to sit there or are you going to drive slowly and hopefully they get out of the way? What are you going to do?
Roll down the window and say, "I'm with you, fellas. I'm with you."
And let's go back to Orlando again then. They're protesting the one group that is standing up for them on television with the protest. And they're blocking them.
Did they know who was in the bus, the protesters?
Yeah, they know what's going on. And no one's in the Orlando bubble except players and technicians. That's it. It's only them. So then, so now they're banging on your car because they won't get out of your way. And your grandkids are screaming. What are you going to do?
Be patient.
Oh, my God.
Don't panic.
Or Todd, wait for the Supreme Court to have 9 members, and then they'll figure it out.
So you're going to sit there and starve, right? Come on. I understand that everybody wants to answer politically for their belief. But if you're there and you're being surrounded and they don't give a crap whether you believe them, you support them, these people are nuts and they're banging on your car.
That's why you have the police. That's why you have police to decide how to sort this thing out. If you want to sort it out with your own AK-47, well, there are repercussions from that.
Yeah.
Well, luckily, the Florida governor just put those laws in.
Oh, there you go.
If you hit a cop, you're in trouble in that point.
I have
Rick,
no problem.
Rick, what would you do in that case?
You hit a cop in anything.
I would move my car. I would definitely forge forward.
Right.
Definitely.
Right. Steve, what would you do?
If I'm not feeling threatened, or if I'm feeling threatened.
Your car, you're in your car.
Yes.
And you're just trying to drive home. And all of a sudden you happen to be in the midst of a nutty riot that you weren't aware of. And they're surrounding your car, screaming at you, and your wife and your kid or your grandkids in the car.
If you're frightened for your safety, yes, you can move.
Right. That's what you got to do. You got to move forward. That's my thing. And get out of the way or deal with the consequences as a rioter. So that's Roland. Where do you sit on this?
I'm not saying
Rick.
grass like
Roland
Florida.
sits on the hood.
Roland, what was that?
There's a lot of woulda, coulda, shouldas in there, but the issue is that do you really need to have your family there? Now, if they descend upon you, you wait. If they start attacking the car, they're attacking you. Then you can get out of the way. Get your car out of the way. That doesn't mean you're gonna,
One guy
they're banging on the car.
One guy just jumps on the top of your car. What are you doing?
Once he touches,
get off.
Yeah. Once he touches the car, he's touching you, and you can back up, get out of the way. You can do whatever you need to get out of there. But once there's proof that they're actually attacking you, not that you just feel threatened, as in like you're shopping at Costco and you don't want to wear a mask. There has to be a real threat involved.
Okay, but we've seen the videos.
Right?
We've all seen the videos. We've all seen them. We've all seen them.
So there you go. There you go.
Right. So I would get out of the way. But we have a comment here. Paulina.
Paulina, nice talking to you.
Right.
Have you not told her how to spell husband yet? Is that the deal? Or is it just, really, honestly? Husband. That's right. That's right.
I was going to get into all filibusters and cloture and all that type of stuff because that all came about. They can't filibuster anymore. But we are going to I want you to join tonight's live game analysis, Nuggets versus Lakers. I'm taking a commercial break here. Nuggets versus Lakers, Game 3, 9 p.m. And as you know, I cannot stream it anymore because I've been already banned on YouTube. We have a new YouTube channel. So
what was the penalty? What was the penalty? Did you have to pay money?
No, it goes, okay, 3 strikes and you're taken off of YouTube. And I can't do that because I have so many channels and I have thousands of fans that follow pretty much America's Hottest Cheerleaders. But
it's hard to make a living when you get outside the box, isn't it?
Oh my God, right. But if I have 3 strikes, they take me off. But I didn't realize I have 3 months of I can't go live on YouTube, so I had to make a new channel. So
there we go.
Yeah, right.
It's like another form of my company went bankrupt, so I'm just going to start another company and do the same thing.
Is that 9 p.m. Eastern?
That 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Right. And okay, I want to get people's opinions on this one. Now that you mentioned bankruptcy, all right. A lot of people say, and that's actually I never thought of that metaphor, but it's really a great metaphor. And let's go back to school. It would have been a simile if we used like or as, right? So it's a metaphor for the bankruptcy. Yes, it was like being bankrupt and starting a new company. Okay, people that use the argument of Trump having gone bankrupt, and we're not talking about if he was a slumlord or we're not talking about any of that stuff. We're talking about
things that might actually
a business decision. If someone has gone bankrupt, more than once, it doesn't matter. As a businessman, do you consider that person a not a good businessman just because he went bankrupt? Let's go around the horn. What do you think? Lou, what do you think on that one?
Think he has to stop doing business because he's not a good businessman.
Okay, that's Lou's opinion. Rick, what do you think, Mr. Tugman?
What was that question again?
If there are 3 if there's a rabbi, a priest, and
who strikes against you,
an imam going into the bar.
Yeah.
Okay. So if somebody goes bankrupt,
Okay.
because people use that as Trump is a bad businessman because he's gone bankrupt. Does that make him a bad businessman?
No, he's using the laws, to protect himself.
That's okay. And then, okay, Roland, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, from the socialist country that I come from, no, it doesn't make you a bad businessman. Makes you unlucky, maybe makes you poor, maybe makes you, But the point is that people go bankrupt all the time, especially in the last little while. A lot of businesses are going bankrupt, not because of their choices, but because of circumstances
involved, right?
Or they started a business that all of a sudden went flat just before they got going. I mean, bad things happen to people all the time. At the end of the day, if you go bankrupt, you go bankrupt, and if you can rise from those ashes, all the more power to you, quite frankly.
Yeah, but how many times do you want to take advantage of that law? I mean, at what point do you say?
Well, nobody wants to go bankrupt unless you have to. Unless you have to. Lou, what do you? What? Well, my mom is chiming in. Obviously, makes the right decision because always comes out on top. Mom is always right. Mom's always right. Lou. Oh no, we got it from Lou. Steve. Okay, from the legal point of view, does it make him a bad businessman? Or does it make anybody that goes bankrupt a bad businessman?
Well, it makes multiple. I mean, I know I'm a banking lawyer, so I that's what I did for a living. You would not lend money to a person who's bankrupt like that unless the collateral is extreme. No, and I know I dealt with bankers all the time. One time they would give you a shot, most likely, but other than that, no, unless you had tremendous amounts of collateral. They would deem you not a very good business person or a business risk. That's correct. There's no doubt.
Okay. In some cases. Okay. So my opinion. Let's go. And Rick would know this person. And well, you all will. Wayne Huizenga owned the Marlins. He owned the Dolphins. He owned Blockbuster.
Waste management.
Waste management, which is where he made his big money, which is probably the mob. So when Blockbuster, he made a bad business decision in not following the Netflix model.
Right.
But he went bankrupt. He bankrupted Blockbuster because he was losing money. I can't consider
only Blockbuster.
Right, but businessmen take a business that's going down, and you just got to bankrupt it.
That's once, not numerous times.
No, but okay. Let's say he has 6 businesses. Let's say Dolphins, Marlins, Panthers. Did he own all those? Yeah. What 3? Waste management 4, Blockbuster 5. Is that 5?
There's another one. Public Industries was his also, which is also
okay. So let's say 6. So what is that? Like 12%? What is that? Let's say 12% of his businesses, even though it was 1 out of 6. Okay. Let's say a man like Trump owns 100 businesses.
There's a distinction.
Go ahead.
Mr. Trump used bankruptcy as an excuse not to pay his debts.
Yeah. Agreed, Lou.
Okay.
Ethically,
so is that smart? Is that stupid or smart?
It's got to catch up to him because the New York Attorney General in the Southern District of New York is about to drop it on him big time.
They're not dropping nothing.
We'll see. We'll see.
So, but I think like so. What was that?
He likes being in court. This guy, I think, Trump.
Oh, okay. Let's say this. All right, and I agree. He is, and he admits it, and he is the most available president for the media. You got to admit, forgetting about how he treats them, they treat him. He is out almost every single day.
Lying.
Okay. But he is out there. He doesn't have to be, right?
No.
Now think about this. And it must be a psychotic thing, whatever it is. He must love battling with these guys because he knows it's going to be a battle when he does the press conference. He takes the questions and answers.
Yeah,
he
but
knows
if he doesn't like the question, he avoids it and moves on.
but he still does it. It's like there's something about him that loves doing it.
He also doesn't have a press person coming out every day like everyone else did.
Did we lose Roland?
I think we did.
What happened to him? His battery died, probably.
He's talking to Trudeau to get some info.
Yeah, right. But I think he likes the conflict. I really do. I think
agree.
he likes the conflict.
Oh, he thrives on it. Oh,
he does. He does. You got to give him credit for that. He goes into battle. He's the kind of guy you want to go into battle with. I'd want to go into battle with him. And to me, I don't find him a bad businessman. I find him maybe he's shrewd. He maybe takes advantage of things for his own benefit. But I can't consider him a bad businessman for that. Someone who's made billions and billions of dollars, owns properties all over the world, is not a bad businessman. So I just think using bankruptcy to try to say he's a bad businessman is a very bad argument. And to me, it says a little bit about ignorance of understanding business. So, I mean, Steve, you must have dealt with people who are, I don't know, maybe at his level, or you've dealt with all levels probably of a single person going bankrupt and maybe corporations going bankrupt. Like, you know, there's restaurants now, big chains going bankrupt. They have to go bankrupt because they can't afford to pay the debt.
Nature of a change in the climate that you can't blame anyone.
That you can't blame an individual.
Right. But I'm just saying you can't use bankruptcy as a
Trump was our client.
Who was?
Donald Trump was our client. And
right.
He also was each one of his wives, other than we represented Ivana and also Marla Maples. But he stiffed our firm for good representation. No,
he stiffed your firm?
He did. It's in the
stiffs everybody.
You gotta love a guy like that.
But no, I never had. I mean, I worked for 35 years in the law.
Right.
I can't remember any bankruptcy. I mean, I could be forgetting one or two, but no bankruptcy that wasn't basically due to shoddy business practices. It really was. And
but like, let's say Wayne has anger. Yeah, he maybe made a bad decision.
That was a different story. Blockbuster, the industry changed. That wasn't his fault. No,
but he could have followed the Netflix plan of what they did.
You can't blame him. I mean, that's, I could have done that too. I mean, I don't blame him for that.
No, but I'm just saying you can't consider somebody a bad businessman just because they've declared bankruptcy. Circumstances change, as we've said, and it determines certain things or what you're going to do with your business. And I'm sure, and maybe you know this better than other people, and I would guess this. I bet you people fleece their companies and take money and buy things and whatever under their own name or pay themselves off before they go bankrupt. And then
that's a fraudulent conveyance. You can't do that. It's illegal.
Oh, you can't. But do you think? Right. But is it done?
Ask Michael Cohen.
You can't do that. That's a fraudulent conveyance. It's a preference under the bankruptcy law. You can't do it.
So what happens if I buy?
You have to give it back.
I don't like that rule. I was going to go bankrupt, but if I got to give it back, I am not going to.
There's a 12-month and also a 90-day rule based upon whether you're an insider or not under the bankruptcy law. You can't do that sort of thing. You can't pay off your relatives. That's a fraudulent conveyance. You can't do those sort of things.
Canada is back.
Roland, where'd you go?
He's in Louisiana.
Hey, how are you?
I got a Canadian flag for my background. So
So this what happens when you check into a hotel early and you pay for 1 day of internet, and then finally they just go, "Hey, you need more money."
Are you paying for it, or are you getting it from the?
I'm getting it because of my hotel status, so it's not like. But you still got to sign up for it.
So you're a top guy at Motel 6.
Are you in my neighborhood?
I'm in Baton Rouge. Where are you?
Oh,
who's that?
Roland, are you a top guy at Motel 6? Is that why you get
70 miles downstream?
Yeah, I drove. I didn't drive through New Orleans yesterday. So just in Baton Rouge for the LSU game on Saturday.
Oh, they're doing live, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah. Oh, Lou, hey, Lou, I'm sorry about your Saints yesterday. Oh,
don't feel bad.
heartbreaking.
They sucked.
okay, we're gonna go around the horn one time, and then we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap up this session.
Okay.
And the question is, are you watching football? Tugman, what are you doing?
Not watching it.
Lou, what are you doing?
Yes, if I have a personal interest in it.
Whiteson, what are you doing?
I don't watch football anyway, so I'm not a good answerer here.
And I'm going to answer for Roland. He doesn't even watch it when he's working. He's probably texting on Facebook. They're like, roll Elvis, roll Elvis. And he's probably rolling it over in his grave, roll Elvis.
All my Roland, all my locals will be up there for you.
Oh, excellent.
Okay, so
hope they all got tested.
okay, you're doing Oh yeah, are you getting tested over there? What's going on? How are you doing it?
Yeah, CBS's protocol is as every game you get tested.
Okay,
so you show up. Let's say if my normal schedule would have been travel Thursday, work Friday, work Saturday, go home Sunday. We now travel Wednesday, get tested Thursday and isolate. Then we go to work if we're clear on Friday, Saturday, and go home Sunday. So everybody's getting an extra day's worth of 8-hour day pay for this.
Oh, that's good. Good for that. Good.
Yep.
That's a good thing. I'm all for that. I am all for the extra pay and everything. So LSU's playing who?
Mississippi State.
Okay. All right. Mississippi State. There, we don't even know who they are. So LSU. Let's
you
get
ever heard
this.
of Stark Vegas? They play in Starkville. Stark Vegas, Mississippi.
Stark Vegas. Is that like before the Star Wars one or after? Okay, LSU.
They call it Stark Vegas, but it's
football. LSU. Who is? Let's see. I don't know any. Roland, Lou. Who are the big LSU alumni? Football.
But how about Burrow?
How about
whose number?
Yogi Burrow?
No. The quarterback for Cincinnati, Joe Burrow. Yeah. Okay. Oh, awesome. In fact, I did his game 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it's good.
What basketball player went to LSU?
Shaquille.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Pistol Pete.
Pistol Pete. I love Pistol Pete. You know, his big thing was like the gray socks. So, Steve, when I was young, I would wear I had a pair of those gray socks, probably my father's, and I would, and they would sink. And so
I remember you used to shoot like him, also, right?
Pistol Pete. So we're going to wrap this one up. I hope you guys join tonight live.
One question. If you can name who the new coach is for Jackson State University, you're the winner.
Oh, here's one. So
don't change the subject.
When I would go jog in the morning in Orlando, because the people, the announcers were in our hotel, who did I run into every morning? Mark Jackson.
Oh,
so yeah, we joked around a little bit, and that was fun.
Deion
He's a nice
Sanders
guy.
is the answer to your name.
Correct.
Deion Sanders is the answer. Very good.
Yep.
Really?
Announced it yesterday.
Nice. So, all righty, guys.
Yep.
So, September 29th is the first debate. I'll be advertising that again, and I hope people join that live. We're going to have a blast on that. We're going to watch Trump as he tries to wake up Joe Biden during the debate, if he even shows up. I don't even know how he's going to be lean. I think both those guys should have a chair. Really, let's get to stand there for 2 hours.
It'll be huge. It'll be huge. It'll be beautiful. It'll be.
You gotta love the way he talks. He's the best at it. It's the best. I mean,
he's got the vocabulary of a fifth grader.
Hey, you know what? That he's smarter than the fifth grader.
Todd, I'd just like to know, how big is the pitcher you have to drink all that juice you've been drinking?
Me and the rest
how big is that?
Me and the rest
the
of
size of
America.
Lake Mead or something? What is it right now? Is it the Hoover Dam size? What is it? It's unbelievable.
I was up in Massachusetts recently.
I'm not the only one.
Yeah, so, I mean, thankfully you live in California where your vote doesn't count, and that's got to hurt after a while.
You know what? I want to tell you something. Beware. I'm going to be doing the election also. I have a lot going on. I've done a lot of research. You should see all my research I got going on. We're going to be talking about states that could flip, and it's going to be fun.
I hope you leave some time in there for some I hope you leave time in your schedule there for crying and trying to figure out what happened, because everybody else seems to get it and you just don't seem to get it. And good for you for hanging up with your guy, but my goodness, I don't know.
He's not the only one. He's not the only one.
Well, here's what's scary. I mean, I'm in Massachusetts, as I started to say, and I'm seeing more Trump signs, and in the
Northeast now, in the Northeast, which is primarily a left-wing liberal voting town. There could be flipping. I think the big problem, we're not going to get this into tonight, but the big problem is that states may not declare. They're going 3 days, 6 days. Let's see. What are they going to say when it's all over? And look who is sitting in the president's chair, right? And then, so I got to think that, and Steve, maybe you could chime in on this. States are going to be allowing 3 days, now 6 days. What's to stop them from saying 10 days, counting mail-in votes? What's the chance of this going to the Supreme Court? Because everything is being challenged. There's so many lawsuits going on that people aren't aware of about mail-in voting. Steve, what do you think? Are you up on any of this stuff?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I think Trump is. That's not the only reason, but one of the reasons why he wants this justice in there as soon as possible.
Yeah,
because they're going to probably try to bring, no matter what happens. I mean, unless he wins, they're going to try to bring it to the Supreme Court on any type of possibility, like the mail-in voting or anything else, which I don't have a problem with, and I see it going to the Supreme Court. I have very little doubt that it probably will.
Yeah, and
that's been his MO for 4 years. Take it as far as I can. Everything. Every time I don't like it, we'll take it as far as we can.
Yep.
I think
it will.
And
it will.
Yep. And are you're aware of what happened in, I think it was Minnesota or Michigan, with the ballots sent out to the military, how they were wrong? Did you see that? They had, instead of Vice President Pence on the ticket with Trump, they had
didn't have any effect though. It didn't matter. It was
they had Pierre the Poodle.
But just to be sending out, the point is, there's nothing wrong when you go to the vote to vote, but when you're sending things out that are wrong, it just shows the potential.
What was the other name? I didn't hear about this. What was the other name?
I think they didn't put Pence's name on or something.
They put a libertarian as his vice presidential candidate instead of
Who?
Pence.
Kanye.
No, they put. I wish I had this. I have it somewhere.
It didn't matter in the end because you vote for Trump, and he would.
Well, because you don't.
No,
you don't
but
vote
still.
for the president.
No, it was a mistake. But they make mistakes. These are the same ballots that went out for the last 50, 60, 70, 80 years. I mean, it doesn't really matter any.
So I had Martin Van Buren on the ticket, or what?
It wouldn't go back that far.
It had Al Sharpton. So if you didn't like Al Sharpton,
they will try to use this in any way they can. So that'll happen, and then hopefully the other justices will step up.
Right. So that was.
I doubt it.
I just
they should refuse to take it up.
And here's another thing: why would they give that much time if you're refusing to go out and you need to have a ballot by mail? Are you that much of a procrastinator that you can't send in your ballot now? Or why would you be sending it in where you're getting it 6 days late?
Well, the issue is that people are, and hopefully this won't happen, is that the post office has been running late. I know personally, I got medications a week and a half late. So it's happening. Hopefully they've got their everything up to speed. That's the only reason. I'm getting my ballot. I'm filling it out this first day, and I'm putting it in the drop box in my town. And I'll do it 24
There is absolutely there is no excuse for getting your ballot in late. None.
No.
Are you that much of a procrastinator?
Not even if the post office can't get the job done on time?
Only if the post office, if you have it sent in beforehand and it doesn't, the post office screws up purposely or otherwise, it's not your fault. That's the excuse.
Yeah, but your vote won't get counted.
Amazon.
Well, in Canada, it's by a postmark. So once the post office receives it, there's a postmark on there. Then they should be.
That's what it is. It has to be postmarked by November 3rd, but they're saying it has 6 days to be counted, meaning
after the fact. Sure.
Yes. You know,
sure,
but
if you want to count, you want to count them, Todd? What do you want? You want to count them or not count them? What do you want to do?
Well, no, there's got to be a time limit, though. You can't extend it.
But if the president doesn't have to be not elected that night, it could take days. It didn't Gore versus Bush. It took days to figure that out.
Right.
You know, and the election was valid after the fact. So, you know, it can take days. You can, thank Florida for it taking so long back then, but the issue is, do you want them counted or not counted? If you don't want them counted, then you don't believe in the process at all.
I see a Chad, of hanging Chad.
That's right. What is that? What does that look like?
Is that?
So count them.
There's got to be a time limit. There's got to be a time
limit.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so I think we would agree that the line of sand might be 60 days, no longer than 60 days, maybe no longer than 30, maybe no longer than 14. But 2 days, 4 days, 6 days, I don't see how that's a problem. Really, honestly.
Agreed.
Let them count them.
I do. I think you gotta end it at some point.
Well, I think we'd all agree with that, but you don't like the idea of 6 days, and you'd rather have the idea of no days. And the only reason you don't want them counted is that you fear things as part of the Kool-Aid that you're drinking.
Have 2 days. I just don't want to delay. And if you can't get your ballot in time, that's your loss.
The ballot is the post office is the one screwing it up if it gets screwed up at all. People have been lots of warning. They've asked for the ballots. They've done everything they can to make sure that their votes are counted. And now you're saying, I don't give a shit what you've done. If it isn't counted by that day, it doesn't fucking count.
And that's right.
There's going to be a time limit.
That's right. There will be because it's going to go to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is the ones who stopped the counting the last time, and that was stopped. I think it was 7 days afterwards, 8 days maybe. I'm trying to think. I don't remember. I could take a look, but anyway.
Yeah, but if you have,
I know you've been trying to close this up for a while.
No, but wait, I'm gonna look for something.
What are you looking for?
So how about the Russians? You still think they're involved?
The Russians and the Chinese are all involved.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now it's somebody's involved because now it doesn't work in your favor. Before it was like, oh, it's just fake news. Fake news. We don't like that. That's not possible. You guys bugged my office. Todd, I love the juice you're drinking, man. I love you, and I like the juice you're drinking.
Well, wait. We got one. We're going to do one. I just want to leave you on this. And let's see. Where is it? Oh, my God. I can't believe I can't find it. It's
all right.
I can't. Oh, here we go. Maybe I got it here. I'm going to leave you on this one.
Yay.
Hey, that's a good place to end it. Very nice.
Wait. No. Wait. No, I'm not.
Wow.
Wait. No, wait. I want to. Oh, wait. Oh, I know what the problem is. Here we go. There we go. How's that?
Oh, God.
At least he didn't
my
the
goodness.
message.
Yeah, that's right. Hang on, Todd. Hang on. I got something for you before we do this.
All right. So that's it, and we're gonna leave on. Up there she is.
Well, let's give Roland a fair shake here.
Yeah, but he's got to be able to share a screen. So I hope you guys join. There's going to be three. There's going to be 4 total debates: 3 presidential debates, 1 vice presidential debate.
There you go. I have one for you, Todd. Here's one for you.
Did he?
Sun go?
Oh, yeah.
Where did the sun go? There you go. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I'll tell you what. You talk about Hunter Biden. We know where he went. He's the son.
Yeah.
We know where he went. So join tonight live, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Mountain, 8 p.m. Central. And then we will also have the debate, and we'll have a whole schedule. And
In just 3.5 hours. Be there.
No, I got to go get a haircut.
I'm going to charge my phone.
Todd, don't take it personally if I don't show up. All right.
I thought you were going to show up.
I don't know. I don't think so. I couldn't care less about the basketball. Honestly.
I get you.
Baseball, hockey.
And you gotta get ready for your stuff anyway. So
yeah, I do. That's all right. Lou, nice to see you again. Steve, Rick.
Nighty night.
See you later.
All right. So hopefully we'll see some of you guys tonight. I hope I get back on. All righty.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks a lot. Have a good one.
Thanks for joining, guys.
Sei gesund.
Sei gesund.
You don't understand. I could have had class. I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody instead of a bum, which is what I am. Let's face it.